need to go up on TikTok too. Hold on. It's been one of those days. One of those days. What one of those days it's been. Hey, one of those days. I'm saying one of those days. It's been one of those days. Why? Man, listen, I gotta take a step back, bro. Jamaica is getting too crazy, fam. Oh man, what's going on? What is this?
I want to ask you a question. And 2 of my videos have gone viral.
Anyway, should I go live on TikTok? Let me hear what going in that senator, yeah, man. Let me hear what's going on in the Senate. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Let me hear what's going on in the Senate.
At the outset, let me say that we welcome on this side the government's effort, and I can even say we commend the administration on seeking to ease what has been a great source of misery for many Jamaicans who have turned a new leaf in their lives and are seeking to escape the shadow of past mistakes. And to that end, I will say that the intent of the legislation and what its provisions are seeking to do broadly enjoys the support of the opposition. Because we believe that a justice system is not singularly about punishment. We believe it is also about rehabilitation. And we believe we believe that individuals who have made a mistake in the past on account of poor judgment should be given an opportunity to be reintegrated into society and contribute to the productive capacity of the country.
True, man.
But as you would appreciate, Minister, notwithstanding supporting the intent of the bill, it doesn't absolve us of the responsibility to carefully examine its design to ensure long-term effectiveness.
Right.
And I read through the entirety of the bill, and I have some areas that I believe we could tighten to improve governance, credibility, and that long-term effectiveness.
Wow.
And I will start with the foreign convictions. I'll start with that one first, and I want it to be placed on record here. And I know that it has been raised in that other place. But what the amendment is saying here is that if someone overseas commits an offense and it is expunged overseas, then that individual is eligible for that offense to be expunged here in Jamaica, notwithstanding it being on our third schedule, whereby it is not expungible. So the problem.
How are you doing, Phoenix? Big up yourself. Good night, everyone. I'm just chilling and going through some it's Friday night chill right now. I'm just chilling and going through some clippings and things. There's some interesting things that happened in the news today. Was more of a personal day for me. You know, I just put out one video today on YouTube. That's it. I didn't even do any TikTok today. It's been one of those, you're great? Okay, wonderful. Yeah, man, you know, the people them always support the platform. You know, I have to make sure some check in upon them, you know. You understand? But blessings to you. I hope everything is alright with you and the fam, right?
That is, we believe that if an offense is
And thank you, by the way, for the gifts. Thank you.
expungible in a foreign jurisdiction, then it must be expungible here in Jamaica. Because what it does is the creation of disparity. Someone overseas commits an offense, and if overseas jurisdiction expunge that record, then that offense is eligible for expungement in Jamaica. But if someone in Jamaica commits a similar offense,
Right.
then that offense is not eligible. We think that consideration should be given to equal treatment in the eyes of the law.
True, man. Very good point. Very good point.
The second area that I'm slightly concerned about, that I would make a suggestion, is Section 9B of the Amendment Bill, which seeks to amend Section 28 of the Principal Act. And Section 9B creates for automatic expungement of an offense for which a non-custodial sentence was imposed, provided that certain conditions are met. And the first condition is that the sentence was imposed before January 1, 2005, and the second is that the penalty was satisfied before January 1, 2005. And the third condition, which I have a slight issue with and would like to proffer a suggestion, is where the person has been convicted of any other offense, whether before or after the conviction in question, then that individual is not, or that offense is not eligible for automatic expungement. The challenge with this, Mr. President, that I think, if we are saying that after a period of time, we believe that you have not committed an offense after that period of time, you have been sufficiently rehabilitated, then you are eligible for expungement of your record. But we are saying on this side, irrespective of the number of offenses committed prior to the start of that period of rehabilitation, which would be prior to January 1, 2005, so if you committed one offense, two offenses, or three offenses that happened prior to January 1, 2005, then you should be eligible for automatic expungement and not be subjected to the application process. Because as you said, Minister, the resources of the board are limited, and they should be directed at more egregious offenses, and they should be concentrated at the numerous applications that are coming in. So I'm thinking that irrespective of the number of offenses prior to January 1, 2005, we should allow for automatic expungement. What this amendment says is that if there is more than one offense, whether prior to January 2005 or after January 2005, then that individual will be subjected to the regular application process. There's no automatic expungement. And I'm just thinking about efficiency. I'm thinking about the limited resources. And I'm thinking about how we could ease the application process. And I'm also thinking, if we are satisfied that from 2005, January 1 to present, if no offense is committed, we believe the individual is sufficiently rehabilitated. I am saying, irrespective of the number of offenses prior to the start of that period, we should just allow for automatic expungement. Those are the two considerations that we have on this side, Mr. President. But broadly, we accept that this amendment is heading in the right direction. And it's a continuation of what began in our last administration. You will see that in 2014, we made an amendment that allowed the expungement of record relating to the offense of the possession of marijuana.
Yes.
So we are happy that the government is pursuing a path that is in alignment with the progressive vision that we have on this side have for Jamaica.
Big up to Mr. Cleveland Tomlinson. Bright, you understand, intelligent, representing himself and his family and the People's National Party well, and those considerations that he just made are actually very sharp. He's a very sharp individual in that regard. There's a lot of sharp people in the Senate, you know, for the People's National Party, you know, I'm telling you. Very experienced, some of them young. There's a good mixture, right? So I appreciate I appreciate what you just said and reminded them as well, you know, because sometimes they want to tend to forget, you know. Mr. Mark Jefferson Golding was the one that did that for the Jamaican people. The other day I was on live and somebody texted me and was saying to me, you know, what has Mark Golding done for the country? And I'm like, wow. I mean, where do I even begin? There's so many things that I forgot to even mention. The fact that outside of the marijuana and the expunging of the record and you know, legalizing of 2 ounces and expunging of the previous record of just being locked up for a spliff, which was monumental because there's a lot of persons in Jamaica that actually could not go overseas because of that. They had a police record, they could not apply for a visa. So Mr. Golding's legislative contributions to this good country of ours really benefited quite a number of Jamaicans, whether they were PNP or JLP or no P at all. So when persons say, what has Mark Golding done for the country? Well, he has done a lot even before, you know, him becoming the Prime Minister of Jamaica, which will be soon. You know what I mean? Because God is in control. There's a very nasty syndicate of individuals that live and govern this country at present moment. A very, very nasty set. And they are a part of the same clique apparently. And of course, they feel like they are untouchable. But you know, God is who we're looking to reach down and touch them with the judgment. Yes, that's what we're looking to. We're looking to God to reach down and touch them with the judgment. You understand? Because they are not of God, they don't support God, and they support the devil. Period. You know what I mean? Anyway, again, Mr. Golding's father did a lot for this country. And what Mr. Golding has done is maintain his father's legacy. In regards to the people that Jamaicans pay the least attention to, which is the people in the you know, special community, special needs community. Yes, Mr. Golding has really focused his energy and money into maintaining his father's legacy where that is concerned. Something that he did not have to do, but he chose to do. And that in itself is more than anything that Andrew Jones has ever done for this country, even in the capacity as Prime Minister. Yes. No apologies. Even in the capacity of Prime Minister, Andrew Jones has not done what Mark Golding has done, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? Gifting suspended. What is this? The behavior is not in line. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by the behavior? What have I done? What have I said to trigger? Oh, there's a labor that just come on a flag my page. I don't know why the labor them don't go about them business and leave the page alone, you know. It's not your cup of tea, just leave. You understand? I really don't have to be on TikTok, you know, man. TikTok doesn't really benefit me, you know. I am even having the conversation on TikTok. It's more of, you guys are the ones that get value. Jetline, what's up? You guys are the ones that get value from watching my TikTok. Alright, I'm not on here talking foolishness and all of that nonsense. You understand? We're here having serious conversations. But back to Mr. Golding. Mr. Golding has really done a lot for this country. And I'm telling you, when this man gets an opportunity, when God presents the opportunity for Mr. Mark Golding to be the leader of this country, I'm telling you, a lot of things is going to shake up, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of things is going to shake up. If it's God's will and he has maintained his integrity and is have a clean hands and pure heart, God is gonna fly the gate for him. Because Jamaica is being run by snakes and reptiles at the moment. Yeah, man. Jamaica is being run by snakes and reptiles at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen. You heard what I said? Blood-sucking vampires. Jamaica is being run by. Nasty. Alright? Jamaica is not even a country where I mean, at one point I would say that, yo, you know, I'm gonna stay here. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, the way how things are, God has to come and intervene in how things presently are in Jamaica. God has to come and intervene. That is the only way Jamaica is going to some type of alignment of positivity and real growth and productivity, and not the chaos that it presently is in under this administration. No two ways about it, no joke about that. You understand? What is happening here? I'm not interested in listening to that. Hold on. Long time I don't hear from this gentleman right here. Let me see what's going on. See, I'm not gonna go through all of this. I was just browsing.
Public safety and second chances. Much has
Bernard, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. President. Much has been said in this debate in the lower and upper house about balance, public safety, and second chances. But the measure of the bill, Mr. President, must not be in its language only, but it must be in its effect. This legislation concedes quite openly the rigid thresholds under the existing law produce unjust outcomes, including mass rejection of applications for persons who had discernibly rehabilitated themselves. Yet, instead of confronting the flaw at its roots, the bill merely shifts it, replacing one arbitrary ceiling with another. The expansion from 5 to 10 years does not eliminate exclusion. It simply redraws the line. Rehabilitation does not cease to exist at the 10-year mark, and sentence length cannot continue to serve as a proxy for irredeemability. The same pattern appears in the proposed 15-year rehabilitation period. We are told this is a safeguard, yet no empirical justification has been advanced to explain how delaying reintegration for 15 years promotes public safety or even rehabilitation. Prolonged exclusion from employment, mobility, and social legitimacy is not a neutral policy choice. It actively undermines reintegration and increases the very risk the bill claims to safeguard against. Delay in this context becomes punishment by another means. Mr. President, we are also asked to take comfort in discretion vested in the Criminal Records Rehabilitation Board. But discretion without enforceable standards is not protection. It is uncertainty. The bill expands eligibility and increases board membership. And I heard the previous speaker extrapolated from that to mean expeditious engagement with cases that are brought before. But the bill expanding eligibility and increased board members, but it remains silent on the important components of timeliness, reasoned decisions, and remedies for delays. Without procedural guarantees, Mr. President, embedded in the law, expanded access risk becoming more elusive, converting rehabilitation in a paper promise rather than the lived reality. Mr. President, we need to avoid the bureaucratic delays that undermine similar reforms of the past. And the Clause 11 and the amendments provided for the second schedule with relation to increasing the number of directors, could have gone further. The experience under the Access to Information Act, for example, Mr. President, where a recent survey by Jamaican for Justice found that nearly 1/3 of statutory information requested received no response within the mandatory 30 days period, and another third received no response at all. This, my fear, Mr. President, might befall this important amendment. It's against this background, Mr. President, that it would be useful to disclose performance data under the existing Rehabilitation of Offenders Act, specifically the average time between application for expungement, determination. So let me say this again, Mr. President. No. Let me repeat.
Please repeat. Please repeat.
Right, so it's against the background of delays in bureaucracy that I am suggesting it would have been useful to disclose performance data under the existing Rehabilitation of Offenders Act, specifically the average time between application for expungement, determination by the criminal records of boards, and the actual expungement. Clause 11, as I mentioned earlier, which amended the second schedule, should specify a minimum number of meetings of the Rehabilitation Board to guard against this administrative inertia. Mr. President, the amendment to the second schedule should also require the Rehabilitation Board submit its annual report to the Minister for Cabinet consideration and for table in Parliament. Now, we know that we have the Public Bodies Management and Accountability Act that requires this, but we know of the chronic non-compliance with this requirement. By 164 public bodies are supposed to be reporting, and we have seen cases where decades have passed and none have.
Whoa.
So a suggestion being put forward here to avoid the bureaucratic delays is to ensure that these are enshrined in the legislation and not left up to goodwill. Mr. President, the bottom line is that the bill strengthens the promise of rehabilitation, but without timelines, meeting requirements, and enforceable reporting, it risks producing some administrative failures that have undermined other progressive reform before this. I thank you, Mr. President.
All right. Yo, now after what you said, it now some serious debates them have there, you know. Yeah, man, no little joke about it. Because the rehabilitation thing there is very, very important. And you see, when you come out to the jail piece, then it's like timelines are always a problem. They just have this sloppiness about them where they just want to appear to be doing something, you know what I mean? So the Mobile Chinese donate $2 million to Anchovy High School to address hurricane damage. Very good, very good. Big up the Mobile Chinese. I don't know what this means. Mobius Chinese, the Mobius Chinese. So this is on behalf of the entire Chinese. Is that in US or Jamaica? 2 million Jamaican dollars? Big up on yourself. Alright. A giant of development movement, Jamaican economist and former CDB head Dr. Warren Smith dies. Wow. I am not familiar with this individual. Okay. Condolences. PMP to probe sexual harassment allegations against Westmoreland MP. Listen. This situation is just like, it's a total distraction. Wagwan tariff. This is a total distraction. I'm sorry to call it that, you know, but this to me is a total distraction from the substantive issues of the UHWI and CRH hospital in Jamaica and the healthcare. It's a total distraction from the agriculture ministry and what is happening there. It's a total distraction from from RADA and the fertilizers. This is a total distraction. That's why I don't even cover it. You understand? Manchester biggest barriers steam head in Jamaica, says physicist. Award-winning physicist and founder of Blackett Lab family, Dr. Mark Richards, has identified a shift in the mindsets from what? Theory to solutions as the biggest challenge facing Jamaica's education system in fully embracing science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. The Blackett Lab family is an initiative focused on advancing inclusive STEAM education and strengthening research culture. Sir, listen to me. Let me tell you something. Andrew Terry in 2019 said he might go build with the Chinese 3-STEM school, and the government was going to build 3-STEM school, which would have made it 6-STEM school. We still are yet. 6 years past already. Moving on. That are facts. That are facts. And there's more details to that facts, but we're not going to get into it. I wish it was more. Victim reacts as ex-boyfriend who set her on fire gets 12 years. What? Oh, wait. What? Are you serious? This man set somebody on fire and only got 12 years? You gotta be kidding me. Is this the person that set somebody on fire?
Like, I wish it was more, because I do appreciate, because a lot of people do have done raise and got more, but to be honest, I wish it was more, because what he's going to go through in that cell for 12 years, I've been through even worse.
Hold on, wait. Somebody just challenged me a while ago. Why is it a distraction? Did you see the text, my brother? Did you see the text between these two? From my deductive reasoning, they clearly have a fling. From my deductive reasoning, based off the text between the two of them, they clearly have a fling. She's clearly interested in Daryl Dwayne Voss from the text. Clearly. You see what I say, bro? That's why it is a distraction, because how long ago was this? How long ago was the text? She has not made a formal complaint to the PNP, you know? She go up nationwide, bro. Read between the lines and if you use on a brain, fam. No disrespect. She has offered herself up as a plant, in my opinion, for the Jamaica Labour Party to be a distraction to the real substantive issues of what is happening in the country. Real talk. That's why I don't pay it any mind. And furthermore, it's something that is in the courts. What are we gonna talk about? You look at all the evidence. What are you gonna say? You're gonna throw Dwayne Voss under the bus? Where's the evidence that he did what she said he did? Where is it? Where is it? Tell me where there. The evidence is not looking good for her. That's why I say it's a distraction. It even make no sense me even talk about it. You understand? It don't make no sense me talk about it. Come on for TikTok. TikTok are going with a bag of things, you know. TikTok is some more slouchy right now. Come on for TikTok. Right? It don't even make any sense, fam. Don't make no sense. Real talk. Yeah, let them sort it out. We have bigger issues to focus upon. Let me hear what that person here say.
To the extremity of how my brains are and what I've been through and what I'm about to go through, because I still have surgeries to do. But you know, I'm just giving God thanks, and I'm just gonna push on. I'm doing nursing school, even though it is so hard. Sometimes I can't find because school, but I'm just have to big up, you know, stand in a foundation, and all the people in the Shriners Hospital, everybody will help me. We're gonna cope with my surgery them, right? It happened to me at age 17, so I won't be able to do all the surgeries that what I can do. But regardless, I do hope that maybe in the future I can get like donations to do further surgeries. But that's my reaction.
Nothing else was said. Okay. Oh wow, the audio is not playing. The box had the problem. Look like the box mash up now. Damn. Hold on there. Turn off this. I'm out of Bluetooth speaker.
Regardless, I do hope that maybe in the future I can get like donations
Oh, me can't hear that?
for that surgery. But that's my reaction from what happened. And all I have to think about is how I'm going to transform. I'm just going to think about my transformation that God has in store. You know? Yeah. Because no matter how much time it serves, like, no matter
Bluetooth note.
to be honest. But no matter, especially that you may get the extent of the time that I want him to get, you know, it just left that to me, you know, man. Yeah. And we put everything in a God's hands. Everything. And from the beginning where I got burned, I put everything in a God's hands. The court case, my life, everything is in God's hands. And I know that God has good things in store because God himself has plans to prosper us and not to harm us. So yes. And I live by the 35 Psalms, you know? Yeah. I'm a very God-fearing person. Like, I wish it was more because
Big up yourself, mama. You can hear pain in her voice. Hope she can, because you see, I tell you, you see when people go through that type of experience, it's almost like somebody grape you, you know. You get what I say? So that type of experience where somebody light up on fire, like man, listen. Whew. She's probably gonna have PhD. She's gonna need counseling. She's gonna need counseling. Low income to regulate gated communities. What does this mean? The government is moving to introduce far-reaching legislation aimed at establishing a regulatory framework for shared residential and commercial property that are not governed under the Registration Strata Titles Act because they do not meet the criteria of strata lots under the statute. I definitely have to read more on this. Well, I can't even read it. Minor quake felt in Jamaica. When was this? Is this the same one? A 3.7 was felt in sections. What? Another earthquake? What? University of the West Indies at in the afternoon. Wow. It says the quake was located 19 kilometers near Beckford Crawl, northern Clarendon. It was also reported they felt in St. Anne. Wow, the tremor was reportedly felt about 5:41 p.m. What? There was an earthquake? This is like 2 days in a row. Yo, this is not normal, you know? This is not normal. Jamaica, I heard the prophet say, after January 30th, look out. I remember hearing the prophet say that. The man said anytime after, it can come anytime after January 30th. Man shot by police in Sligoville, St. Catherine. I don't know. No, there's no reports of them drilling. There's no reports of that. Based off what they're saying, whether I want to believe them or not, they are saying that they are going to scrape the floor of the seabed pretty much. You understand? Remember this, guys?
Solution. The only solution in terms of avoiding this massive shaking which is up ahead, plus there are other forms of catastrophes that are in the pipeline as well. The only way is repentance. 3 consecutive days of national mourning, fasting, prayer, and repentance. We have been calling for this by the leading of the Holy Spirit for over 7 years. Over 7 years. If we are to be exact, we are talking about 9 years. Since 2017. And since then, the call has intensified. Will Jamaica finally yield and heed the call? Or will Jamaica continue to be stiff-necked and be visited by a massive cataclysmic earthquake, which would make Port Royal earthquake 1692 look like child's play? Will Jamaica yield or heed in order to avoid another category 5 or 6 hurricane? We shall see what we shall see. We continue to warn, we continue to pray. In the same way Jerusalem was warned, Jesus warned them. Other prophets would have warned them. They did not take heed, and we saw what happened. Not just once was Jerusalem destroyed, but twice, the temple included.
Wow.
Jamaica, wake up. Jamaica, wake up. The Church of the Living God is called to be in constant repentance. Yes, but that is not enough. The entire nation must be locked down for 3 consecutive days. And over those 3 consecutive days, God has already provided the agenda. And once the nation would position herself so to do, the Lord will cause such persons to step forward so that there can be clarity and congruence, thus ensuring that that which God requires of us as a people and nation will be observed. It is already approaching 12 midnight when it will be too late. When I say 12 midnight, I'm speaking prophetically now. Jamaica, wake up. Obey the voice of the Lord. It is almost too late. A word to the wise is sufficient.
Man shot by police in Sligoville. Why isn't the Gleaner working in? What's happening with their website? Why I can't read any of these articles? I don't know. What happened here? Man shot during alleged confrontation. You know what? Let me go over my business, y'all. Let me go over my business. For what? Lawyers marrying lawyers. Okay. Congrats to them. That's what's up. Finished law school together. 124, 125. Terra Nova Hotel joins Best Westmoreland brand. Cold front to bring cool temperature rain over the next few days. Actress and comedian Catherine O'Hara dies at 71. Wow. Don't know her, but telling you. And now stay along with you, you know. Now stay along with you. Cause the space kinda, you know. I never plan to do a live. I'm just checking the temperature of my supporters. Yeah, classes at Port Antonio High School suspended over security issues. One road authority policy framework. UN criticizes Haiti for lack of progress on a political transition. Medical doctor accused of being mastermind behind multi-million-dollar fraud remanded. What? Remanded when she appeared before the court is facing charge of uttering forged documents. Hold on there. Please. I need to read this. I really need to read this. No, please. Oh my God. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do, guys. There's too much. I have to find out a format how to actually get to read these articles and give my commentary, and I'm going to structure it. I'm going to make it very simple. I'm going to make it very simple, and I'm going to structure it. Trust me. I'm going to structure it. All right. I'm going to structure it because there's a lot of things I want to have a conversation about, and it's like, you know what I mean? Because a lot of things going on in Jamaica, and I sent me a taxi driver charge for stabbing man during this. What is going on with these people, brother? Like the violence, brother. For what? Peer stabbing and taxi man and them something they are going from what here. Everybody does bloodthirsty, so. But we know what the problem is, because the apostle and the prophet Mark Stewart talk about it. Peter Chambers talk about it. I was preparing for a case. Green explained anonymous letter after 2013 police shooting. This a man, you know what? I'm going to share that one. Lord have mercy. Areas designated as entertainment zone to be announced soon. Trump threatens tariff on any country selling oil to Cuba. Backing Mexico into a corner. Jaja. Wow. Geopolitical tightrope. Geopolitical tightrope multilateralism is key to Jamaica's survival in fragmented world, says what you say? Multilateralism key. You know what? I'm not even gonna read that article, bro. JTA wants disciplinarian in every school to facilitate learning root out violence. Disciplinarian. You mean, didn't they take out discipline out of the schools? So the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Education has failed to embrace a proposal despite growing concerns about discipline and violence in schools. Yo, wanna see what is happening in Jamaica? Yo, we are going to go on and go into this country. Really, man, God have to intervene. I'm telling y'all don't understand, bro. Are some diabolical things that go on in Jamaica, you know? A visionary leader, one of the most consequential initiatives in Jamaica history. So they as was recently promised, Information Minister has advertised for a chief executive officer for it. So at least them come put in a paper. So them advertise for a chief executive officer Nara. Bro, man, yo, the people are some joker, yeah, man. People don't know so I'm gonna leave it right. Me really gonna leave it right there, so you know. Me love you know. Crystal again. And I tell them I have to make you a moderator. Hold on there. Ever there with me. Some of my people me all I wonder if them good, yeah, man, cause I now see them again. Antonio, big up yourself. Claudia Palmer, big up yourself. Who else was here? All the Virgin I disagree with. Big him up too. Big him up if he's still there. Tariff, if you're still there, big up yourself. But don't make them people let this track on the bro. Or sis. No know if it's a sister or brother. But don't make them people let this track on here. Anyhow is a case where my boy there did anything improper, them a go have it out in the courts and him a go face penalty. So me not worry about them. You understand? Me not worry about them. As me say, them a distraction right now, political distraction. Steam in action, what do you mean by this?
Of engineers, Dr. Layton Ellis, is sounding an urgent warning that the transformation being promoted may be far slower than expected. He is cautioning that a shortage in the technical workforce threatens to undermine momentum, even as high-profile initiatives roll out.
One of the big issues we have is the teacher training that must tie in this entire pipeline and the institutional capacity in order to take that on. Do we have the workforce? Do we have the physical space in order to make this transformation? And sometimes that's what's lacking. So they will hear the talk, but they don't know if they will have the support that is necessary to bring about the action in the timely fashion that is needed.
Dr. Ellis believes that...
So what you're saying is Andrew Holness's government is all talk. 6 years from 2019, him says 6 years. You want to build 6 STEM school, not even one no bill. Them get money and it's still no bill. Oh, you know I'm going to be talking about this. Oh my God. I am so happy I scrolled down. What am I saying, so? I don't have time to go through them things right now. Oh my God. Wow. When they see all the engineer, them have to come out and I talk about it. They know say it bad, right? They know say it bad, right?
And accident wards are struggling to cope. Aging infrastructure and critical repairs are adding to the pressure on an already stretched public health system. According to the Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, infrastructure challenges, including ventilation systems repairs, have compounded the problem. The
context is important, and health is a...
No, I hear nothing from you, brother, because me listen to that already. Nonsense. Nonsense. These clippings are important, you know. So I have to have them. You know them, right? Yeah. I have to share them and have them as a reference. TK, Miss Dawkins.
What? Tell me, come on. The Berlin. The Berlin, yeah. No, man, that's a song. Yeah. Or which other one? Another one.
There's also Blue Magic.
That is it. And another one. And another one. They used to use Dax.
Okay.
Remember Dax? So when the mother there used to put the brown set, no? You come from foreign girl.
I love me some TK Dawkins. I love me some TK Dawkins, you know? True. SSP, Wayne Cameron charge. All that's why I didn't even cover all that. Man, listen, bro. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I'm waiting on the truth to come out. From potholes to progress, government rolls out oversight for roads. Bro, who came up with this hashtag, bro? From potholes to these guys. What is going on here? What is happening?
Concerns could soon become a... It's an age-old struggle many Jamaicans know all too well. Bad roads, blown tires, and potholes that seem to appear overnight. For many motorists, getting from point A to point B often means budgeting for repairs instead of fuel. But if the government has its way, these concerns could soon become a thing of the past. Minister with responsibility for works, Robert Morgan, said the government...
CVM TV, please stop gaslighting us. Uno know say it now gonna become a thing of the past. Uno know say it now become a thing of the past. Come on, man. These people are not investing in proper engineering of roads for it to become a thing of the past. As soon as they make your road, one look rainfall and pothole gone back in it, and it's the age-old team of them friend, right? And then family members I get contracts and I full up them pocket while the people them suffer, while the road users them suffer. Let me tell you something. I don't have a car, but let me tell you, for you to have a car in Jamaica, you better got some money. You better got some money. You understand? Especially if you're gonna traverse throughout the island and not just from, you know, in the space wherever you live. If you're gonna travel long distances, oh, you better got some money. As a matter of fact, make sure you have 2 spare tires. It is that bad in Jamaica right now. You heard what I said? It is that bad in Jamaica right now. Oh, even the highways, fam. Even the highways, there's an issue, right? Interesting, man. All them are eat that, yeah. Me say, hey, yo, you can't make this up, bro. Criticize the PMP leadership over dialysis machine controversy. Brother, what the hell them a talk about? Following the media conference, we're not business where you want to criticize. We're not business where you want to criticize. We already said it. Anybody that is proven in the People's National Party to be involved in any type of corruption, lock them up. Same thing with the JLP. Oh, we no business at all, bam, from. We no business at all. We don't care it's all. What is this? Jamaica begins oil exploration. Hold on there. We need to look on this because we need to understand the gravity of what they say so. Alright. Cold front predicted last until next week, Tuesday. Let's see. Severe overseas weather. Okay. Guardian STEAM education and transformational force.
For an ecosystem, it's more than just experiences through research sitting in one's own spaces.
It can be lived experiences by traveling abroad. So we're engaging in culture, we're socializing, and sometimes we have to really reconsider at what point in our implementation process the things become real.
In that context, she adds, each time government invests on traveling for study tours, it's a future investment or return on investment for those who benefit to know what is a best fit going forward. Principal Ramjeet, who was the guest speaker at the Science, Technology, Engineer, Arts and Mathematics STEAM Week 2026 public lecture and symposium, stresses she's very keen on policies, not politics.
Across both governments of Jamaica, they have invested heavily in education. What I'm not keen on is how heavily invested we have been in recreating our ecosystem for the next 50 years.
True minds in many spaces, the political agenda may change.
We are at a point.
Miss, you can't escape the politics of this. 6 years ago, Andrew Ones decided.
Principal of Knox Community College.
6 years ago, and I was supposed to go to Knox College at one point because I architecture is man. 6 years ago, Andrew Ones jump up and down about this thing, and 6 years has passed. 2025 will be 6 years, and we don't see happen. Where's the money? Where's the school? Not even one STEM school in a bill. You can't escape it, miss. As a matter of fact, I got in my highlight reel. Because if you think say, I mean, come on, man. Call a spade, innit? A lot of you guys afraid to come out and talk the truth. Right? Both administrations have spent a lot of money on education. That's not the point. Fulfill your promises. That's the point. Right? Oh my God, TK here again. TK. Hi. I gotta put a love on this one. Wait a minute. Anyway, me I go here. Later here. Crystal, look more. Everybody, look more. I'm out.